Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News.
RSN Podcast.
Yeah.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Oh, man, we back at it.
Another week down.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into some topics.
All right.
Got some new music coming from Janae Aiko, Surrender and Love.
Yes, sir. What you think?
I liked it. I think I like the song Love more, but I like Surrender too.
Yeah, they both real smooth. You know, they see one thing about good artists, great artists, is that when you hear their song, it's like you could hear their trademark.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, that's her all over the song. You know, sometimes you hear a song and you be like, dang, they sound like they trying to branch out, but it sounds like they're trying to branch out instead of just, you know, branching out, evolving.
Yeah, it's traditional Janae.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I feel like we had a conversation about it. She dropped a song maybe 6 months ago. I don't want her breadcrumbing me. Like, where's the project at?
Where's the project?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you think she got the project? She's just trying to pique interest? I don't know. She playing with you, bro.
Right.
She playing with you. Tell her stop playing with you.
Right. Talking about Janae Aiko being lazy. We were talking about there was a post online talking about Big Sean. He's supposed to be in the conversation with Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick, but they said Sean was lazy.
Oh man. Okay.
Right.
Like, how do you approach this? And what aspect though? Did he not make enough music? Did he not work hard enough?
I think they're talking about not making enough music because, you know, he's one of those artists that drop every few years, like maybe every 3 years. But I feel like Kendrick did that too, though.
Yeah, Kendrick did that too.
But J. Cole and Drake didn't.
They was always pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole takes some time out.
It's not a lot, though.
Yeah.
Like J. Cole, it might be 2 years. This is the longest it's been right now as he's doing this new album.
Yeah, but I guess the thing is with Cole is he stay active. Like, he had that joint Big Dog.
Oh yeah, and he just had a song with
Benny.
Dirk too.
Or not Big Dog. Yeah, he had the song with Dirk. He had what was the one with Benny? Johnny P's Caddy.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tough song. So yeah, he stays active, and when he doesn't have a project, he knows the right people to collaborate with.
He keeps his voice in it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Sean, you know,
it's easy to forget about him. And it's not to be disrespectful.
He be
it's
at
just
the house.
Yeah, it's just easy to forget about him.
Him and Janae be at the house.
They be making music for each other.
They probably got a studio in the basement. And they probably don't even use it. They probably go months without using it.
Yeah, let's go out today.
Not making no music. All right, something that was cool. Andre, he recently had a show at the Masquerade, and Big Boy popped out to go see him. Actually, the whole I heard the whole Goody Mob was there.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's what's up, man. You know, I feel like we need that. Not even nostalgia, but that unity with all artists, younger artists, older artists, in between. You need to just keep the community of music going.
Yeah, I feel like one thing that kind of makes me kind of sad today, a lot of people, they don't care about music no more, right? You talk to someone, you be like, hey, what did you listen to on your way to work or to school, whatever, right? They be like, I was in silence.
Yeah, I agree with that. Plus, it's do you think that it's, one, the music is not as potent, but then two, there's just so much other distractions going on that music is not as important anymore.
It can be,
some people.
It can be a mix of both.
Mix of both, yeah. I think it's a mix of both.
For me, when I'm driving around and stuff, I actually listen to a lot of older music.
Mm-hmm, me too.
This week, I've been listening to Nothing Was the Same by Drake. Mm-hmm. And that came out in 2013, I think. So it's all this music that's way older.
That's true. I'm really moody. I'm a moody person. So it's whatever mood I'm in, I try to find something, you know what I'm saying? Something to just kind of go with that.
Mm-hmm. All right, speaking of older music, Nelly said he had the hardest era to release music in.
Yeah, man. He had Jay, Luda, DMX.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's
But I don't know. I feel like the 2000s was a great time for artists to drop because I felt like you could be the most open with your music. Nelly dropped a country song Ride With Me was a country song, and he got away with it.
Over and over again too, right?
Mm-hmm. But that came out a little bit later.
Okay. I think it's tough.
But I mean, still 2000, so yeah.
This would be the debate. I would say it's between the 2000s and the mid-90s.
Yeah, I would think it was harder when Biggie and Pac were alive.
Because the bar was higher, lyrically. Well,
a new Nas, Jay-Z just dropped Reasonable Doubt. Like,
yeah, I would say that time.
DMX just came out.
Mid
Cameron
90s.
just came out.
Mid-90s was the hardest. Pause. Was the was the toughest to drop music. And then the other part of it is this, okay? People were more open to a variety of music in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm. That's when like everyone started listening to other genres.
And so that's what made could Ludacris have come out in 95? No.
Luda, well, maybe. If he was a little bit better.
But you see what I'm saying though, right? Like they're great, but they were great starting in the 2000s. If they would have did that, came with that because the music evolved to them. If it didn't get a chance to evolve from Illmatic and all of that in 95-ish, mid-90s, they wouldn't accepted it. They would have been like, yo, what is he talking about? Like, why is he rapping like that? He sound weird. He sound funny. But because music evolved to that point, they came in at the right time.
And then all the singing, all the lovey-dovey songs.
They'd have been like, what?
They wouldn't have liked that at all.
So I think they came at the right time. I would say mid-90s was the toughest, second toughest 2000s.
Yeah, Nelly, you had it easy.
Because he had a lot easier because it's like, this is the double, here you could play devil's advocate. You could say he had it a lot easier because people were accepting more types of styles. But you had to be unique. You couldn't copy.
Yeah.
You couldn't copy.
That was way before what they do today.
You couldn't copy, So
designer sounding like Future.
Right.
You couldn't get away with that.
When I first heard Panda, I thought it was Future.
I did too. I was like, Future finally like completed his sound.
Oh man.
All right. Speaking of 2000s and 90s artists, there's a post going around today that says that Twista would beat Busta Rhymes in the verses.
Man, they smoking that good Joe Biden. Golly, how could you say that?
Right.
I just, whoever made that post comment in this,
right.
I don't know how you think. Now, first of all, let me just put some respect on Twista's name. Twista could rap, Twista could spit. He do his thing.
Kamikaze is like one of the best albums ever.
But when you comparing a versus, a body of work, I can't name 10 or 5 Twista songs that'll beat Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, when I started thinking about like just even thinking about all the songs he did with Pharrell, like,
I mean, we're talking lyrical content, we're talking magnitude of the song. I mean, he had that song with Janet Jackson, bro.
Yeah, a song with Mariah Carey.
Yeah, the song. I mean,
Twista didn't have a song with Mariah Carey. At least not when I can remember.
Yeah,
right
not
now.
when I can remember. He might have.
Yeah,
he might have, but not when I can remember. Because Twista been on some joints now. I ain't gonna hold you. Like slow jams.
Yeah, that's kind of everyone's introduction to Twista. I knew him before that, but
slow jams was when I found out about. I mean, well, not when I found out, but when I started like paying more attention to him.
I started paying attention to him when he signed to Rockefeller. Is that your chick?
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And I was like, what is this rapper saying? I can't keep up with him.
I didn't know what he.
And I kept listening to it over and over and over until I started understanding him.
Yeah, but like I said, no slight to Twisted, but I just Busta got too many tracks.
Yeah, too many hits. Busta would definitely win. The only person I think could go against Busta in versus is Missy. That's it.
Yeah.
If we're talking same era, same style, and I don't know who would actually win, it comes down to their strategy.
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, what are we really comparing here? Just speed. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing we comparing between Twista and Busta Rhymes is speed.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Steve Stout, he was on Club Shay this week, and he had a lot to say about a lot of topics.
Yeah, where do we start? He talked about a lot of stuff.
I liked when he was talking about Kobe Kobe defending him when I guess he teased some guy's clothes.
Yeah. So they was so some context on this was Kobe lived with Steve Stout. They lived together for like 6 weeks or something, either 6 weeks or 6 months, one of the two. And so they lived together in Jersey for a little bit, and they had played. Steve Stout took him to the Rutgers, legendary game. Played, did his thing, and they left, and they went to eat or whatever at a restaurant, and out to eat or whatever in a certain neighborhood, and Kobe just started joking on this guy who came in there dressed in a little certain kind of way. He was just joking, and he's young, and
he was like 18 at the time.
Yeah, but he didn't know who he was joking on.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was a big time, gangster in the neighborhood, but he didn't know. So the guy goes outside. Steve Stout goes outside to talk to him. Guy pulls out a gun, allegedly, and and he's like, "Yo, this dude trying to embarrass me in front of my people." Blah blah blah. Kobe comes outside. He sees the gun. I said, I ain't going nowhere. Right. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere. This is what it is. That's what I said. And they was just talking about Kobe in the sense of his attention to, his personality, not backing down from anything, any challenge. But then they were going into his attention to detail and just how he was such a student of the game and how he went the extra mile to become who he was. That was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I liked he had that conversation. Then he had the Jay-Z and Nas conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was talking about how he knew both of them. Mm-hmm. He knew both of them, and people thought that, he was like in between the beef or whatever. But really, they both had the utmost respect for each other, skills. But, they had to battle it out. Yeah. You can say who won, but one other good conversation. He had a lot of topics. But one more, real quick, is the LeBron one. When LeBron was 18, he had a meeting with LeBron, and they basically threw $10 million at LeBron when he was 18, living in the projects. Be like, yo, give you $10 million plus whatever you want for this deal, whatever that you think you're worth. But we'll give you $10 million not to take no more meetings. And he left the money. He left the check on the table.
Which one was that for? That was for Adidas or Reebok?
It was one of the two. I think it was Reebok, but it could have been Adidas. It was one of the two.
Because I think
it was Reebok.
Yeah.
I think it was Reebok. So, but yeah. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It was really good.
But think about that. Think about yourself at 18. Someone offering you $10 million.
Plus the rest of the money. That's just a bonus. That's just
what you think
front.
you're worth and the $10 million. Would you have taken the deal?
Most people would. I mean, but the thing is, I guess
I couldn't imagine turning down $10 million at 18. I'd still probably be wearing Reeboks right now.
Yeah, for sure. No, shout out to Reebok because Shaq and Iverson run Reebok. Mm-hmm. So Shaq is the CEO or the president of Reebok basketball, and Iverson is the vice president of Reebok basketball. So shout out to Reebok.
That's why they're on each other's podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Cat Williams was on the Joe Rogan podcast. They finally made it happen.
Yeah, what you think about that?
It was fun. Cat's energy was a lot more down. He wasn't on the alcohol this time.
He was on something else.
Some green energy this time. So he was a lot more chill. But I mean, they had some cool conversations.
Yeah, this one was more educational, I would say. This was educational about geography, history.
They're talking about the pyramids.
Yeah, things like that.
His theory is that the pyramids used to run off of energy and stuff like that.
Yeah, and that,
which is a really interesting theory.
That people didn't make the pyramids too.
Oh yeah, someone from extraterrestrial
put them in. It was really good. Like if you at nighttime want to watch something and just dive into it and really think about life, possibly with some extra things involved, then go ahead and watch it because it was good.
It was good. It was really good. Candace Owens talking her theories on Diddy. Actually, it's not a theory, but yeah.
Yeah. Candace Owens had a lot to say. She was a lot of allegations, a lot of stuff that she read off of the lawsuit that was very shocking. What stood out to you?
Just the part about Diddy unaliving somebody.
Yes, allegedly, if you haven't heard, there was Little Rod involved, and this is not me making this up. This is what he wrote in his statement. So don't come after me. But he wrote in his statement that he witnessed a guy get pushed into the bathroom with Diddy and his son, and he got shot.
And then when the police came, basically they was like say that he was outside. Diddy told them to say that he wasn't there.
Yeah, they basically covered it up. It said he wasn't there and he had nothing to do with it. The guy got shot allegedly outside of the studio when everything went down inside of the bathroom. The guy had pictures of the bathroom where all the blood was and everything. We saw it. The world you can see it. That's crazy. But the craziest part, even more crazy, is allegedly there's a guy who can clean up any crime scene and make it the media find out a different story.
Right.
And who just so happened to be there when Michael Jackson got killed.
Wow. So, yeah.
Just saying. It was crazy.
And this is all allegedly.
All allegedly.
So, and that's what Lil Rod wrote. So go to Lil Rod and talk to him about what he wrote down.
Or write Candace Owens and ask her more questions because she the one who put this information, made it public if you ain't read the lawsuit. So
just giving you the news. All right. So Drake was spotted out with Lotto's 21-year-old sister, and everyone online is just so mad at him.
Hey, what
age gap dating is just a no-go. Gives the ick to everybody in America.
Shout out to Ill Will. Shout out to Ill Will Pontiac. Shout out to Ill Will from Battle Rap, because when I heard about this story, I thought about a line I watched in the Battle Rap when he was battling Hitman Holler. He was like 30 and a 19 is legal, but it don't look good. Yo, how wrong is Drake? How old is Drake?
Drake is 37.
Ooh.
Me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with it, but you know, different strokes for different folks. Someone like him, he's not gonna be with someone his age.
Look at Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah,
they like 20 years apart.
And then I would say keep the same energy, because when Drea and Michelle popped out pregnant by a 21-year-old,
that's true.
Y'all was all congratulating it.
That's true. That's facts.
What stands out about this is Lotto's little sister, and Lotto dates 21 Savage. So are they going on like double dates now?
Could be. This could be how. Yeah, that's. You know what? This is probably how the whole thing went down. Drake and 21 was in the studio. Lotto pulls up. Drake like, man, I gotta find somebody to chill with too. Oh, I got a little sister. Let me call her. Right. Oh.
But yeah, you know, some people, they're not feeling that, but other people, they're like, you know, they're both grown.
Yeah. At the end of the day, they are.
And Drake probably gonna be doing this well into his 50s and 60s, guys. So get used to it. All right, let's go into some news. Customer rams a Walmart worker with his cart, and then the Walmart worker
knocks him out.
Put some paws on him, man.
Put the beats on him. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't even know what the content behind why the shopper was ramming the cart at the worker in the first place. I guess maybe
the video starts at that.
Yeah, it might have been some verbal altercation, upset about something, but the guy thought that the Walmart guy wasn't gonna do anything because he works at Walmart. Mm-hmm. But he didn't care. It's like, hey, he might go to Publix. I don't know. Yeah, he wasn't having it. The guy was smaller too. Yeah. Worked at Walmart.
Oh yeah, he knocked out
big dude. Mm-hmm. Never judge a book by its cover.
Nope. Another fight that happened. So there was a mailman. He was just delivering the mail. This is all unprovoked. Some dude starts yelling at him. Said that it was a guy in the neighborhood who was a squatter. He stayed in like some vacant house. Mm. So he's out there. He's yelling at the mailman. The mailman's trying to ignore him. Walks past him. He goes, pop, hits him in the back of the head. They get to fighting. Well, at least the mailman tried to fight him.
He tried.
But he ended up getting hit. Yeah. Body slam.
Yeah, he got that work pause. Mm-hmm. But this the thing. You got to respect the guy who tried. He didn't win, gotta respect him, because if he would have ran, we would have been laughing like, you know what I'm saying? He got hit and ran into the mail truck. I ain't messing with you people over here.
He threw all the mail in the middle of the street.
Yeah, the mail all over the street.
People's checks out there, they didn't get their checks.
You know what I'm saying? It's a thing. If he would have just ran and the mail flying all over, he wouldn't have had no more mail to deliver the rest of the day. He would have got in trouble. So he had to fight. I mean, he had to fight so he can get the mail too.
And I heard that mailmen that carry mace is usually for the dogs and stuff, but
He should have maced him.
yeah,
Right away.
yeah.
Right away. And he felt too comfortable walking past him. Somebody talking crazy to you like that,
Yeah,
you don't just walk past and not look at him. Like, what?
He thought nothing was gonna happen.
Nothing can happen to me. I'm a mailman.
But yeah, something that he was saying is that they didn't even go after the guy, or I think they arrested him, but they're saying like they're not pressing charges to the federal level.
So the question is, what happens when he had to deliver mail again? He gotta come. He better ask for another route.
You better ask for some more mace.
Something.
He needed some milk in that fight.
Hey, but okay, real quick, and not to keep talking about this, but I hope this don't turn into a he ate my sandwich situation. Like the dude from Target come back with a vengeance.
Right.
Because he got to come back there. If you don't get another route, he got to see this guy every day.
Oh man.
Yeah, this could
Could you imagine?
This. I'm telling you, this could go south even more.
Right.
Oh man.
All right. This was a wild story. Atlanta hairstylist. She ends up leaving the basketball game with a date she was on because she said that the seats were too far away.
Got to.
That's too entitled, right?
That's way too entitled. First of all, how do I know you worth the floor seats?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Going on a date with you, I don't know you. There's a reason why, because I thought you were worth taking out, spending money in the first place to take you here. Now, this is I'm looking at it from both perspectives, right? From the guy's perspective, it's like, one, we don't know if there was no more seats available lower, so he might have got the best seats he could get. Two, why am I going to put a financial investment into someone I don't even know is worth it?
Right.
And then three,
You're at the
game, bro. Like, you on a date, and you're supposed to be there to learn about each other, talk to each other, vibe, kick it, have a good time.
That's what I was saying. Like, even if y'all was outside the arena sitting in the car listening on the radio, y'all are together.
You did. That just shows she's more interested in the look than the guy. So it's a win for him, because if he would have bought the floor seats and somebody else she thought was more interesting, she would have probably talked to them.
So you actually dodged a bullet, my man.
Yes, sir.
TikTok is being voted on by Congress to be banned again.
Yikes.
So basically what they're trying to do now is they're giving an ultimatum to TikTok to separate from China so that they can't spy on us, or they're just going to ban it outright.
Well, bye, China. Goodbye, China. There's too many people on there.
I think they said there's 170 million from America.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, I guess it's by China, because I can't see them banning TikTok.
But they did it before, temporarily. Remember?
So, okay, so what do you think? If they ban TikTok, where everybody going to go back to YouTube?
I don't know. Either that or they're trying to make their own TikTok.
True.
Be something new.
True.
Talk tick.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not, that's why you should never really get too comfortable with one social media, I would say. Kind of like go around all different ones if you're going to use it for making money, at least.
That's true.
All right, this story was another crazy one.
Uh-oh.
Ryan Garcia having some allegations of things that happened to him when he was younger. So he has stories when he was like 2 years old dealing with certain people. He said that some of the people he was alleging did things to him, or reaching out, telling him to stop. They ended up freezing his money, his bank accounts. They said they took his phone.
Yeah, I mean, he came out and said a lot. He said, like you said, he said that some things, assaults happened to him when he was 2. He said that he was recently forced to watch some young children, things happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Held down to watch some certain rituals in a certain place, and that he had evidence on his phone and proof that he could show. It's a scary situation because there's so many different allegations of people saying the exact same thing. I saw a recent video that's surfacing online, might be TikTok, of some people who work at a storage container place. Like they'd be on shipping overseas or whatever from California, and they opened it up, and this was years ago. It was a lot of young babies' body parts in there. So like, there's a huge trail of what he's saying being the truth. The scary part is that the media is making him look crazy, because I saw Stephen A. talking about him. I seen everybody talking about him in a negative light as if he's crazy. Which makes me honestly think maybe he's telling the truth.
Right, that's true. Like, I don't know one way or another, but I'll listen to what he has to say, and if he has some type of proof that he can show.
Yeah, it's tough. But the craziest thing is too, he came back and he made a video. He wasn't even looking at the camera. It's like me looking over here and the camera's right there, and he's like, yeah, guys, I'll be back on social media, but everything I say will not have anything to do with anything but boxing. Like, it was just so weird. It was so weird. It was like he was a robot.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird. Something's definitely, that made it even more worse.
So he tried to go too far out the matrix.
Yeah, we talked about it not too long ago, too. His wife, didn't we? He announced that he was having a kid, and then,
then he got divorced.
The same day.
Wow. Yeah, this dude got a wild life.
A lot of stuff happening, man.
Got a wild life.
God bless him.
Yeah, stay up. This is another wild story. Florida is such a wild place, man.
Yes, it is.
The biggest arrest for human trafficking ever. They arrested 228 people.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a story that we're hearing a lot lately. Everywhere. Here in Georgia, Florida, everywhere. Do you think that this has something to do with the state of the world economy that we're in? That one, because human trafficking has been happening, but like, and I don't think people are doing it willingly, of course, but do you think, one, women or men are getting involved in a little bit thinking they could survive, make some money, and then get caught into a ring and get captured into it or something? Like, how do you think this is happening?
I don't know, because they're finding like they found all type of people. They found like teachers, bus drivers.
They just kidnapping
people. They
people.
found what's it called? Like politicians were involved with it, all that type of stuff.
Wow. It's scary, man. It's scary. You don't know who you can trust, right? You don't know. I mean, there's so many things happening in the world. You don't know who you can trust, what you got to watch out for, what you got to like really. So it's tough. Like, that's a sensitive subject for many people, but it's something that people need to pay attention to.
It's just it's just wild that so many people can be like into that life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you not even know.
Right. All right, let's get into some sports.
Yes, sir.
Stephen A. Smith, he said that Eminem was a better rapper than Nas.
So I had to ask Stephen A. Smith the same question I asked the person who made that post about Twister. What are you smoking? Like, bro, come on, man.
He got the good drugs.
He got the best. He got that blue magic. He got that blue magic. Man, Stephen A. Smith, I just don't get it. Maybe he's setting an alley-oop for Nas to come up there and be on his show and talk back to him. I don't know, because honestly, as great as he is, I could never put him above Nas. I'm just sorry. It just couldn't.
Nah, M's not even in that talk. Like, I would say, even Eminem would say, when it comes to Nas and him lyrically, M would say that he's just trying to keep up.
Yeah. Yeah, facts. That's facts. I mean, and that's kind of random, right? Like,
yeah.
Like, it's random for her to say that. So I'm thinking Stephen A. Smith is not a stupid guy. Like, he's an intelligent gentleman. So I'm like trying to figure out what's the bait here. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like this is a setup. Like what is he working on? What he got going on? Did he got an interview coming up with Nas or something?
Maybe he's trying to get an interview with him.
He could be trying to get an interview with him. I don't know, but I'm not buying it, Stephen A. Smith. I'm not buying it. You don't mean that. You don't mean it. He's just talking right now.
Yeah, I can't name any album that M has that's better than any of Nas's album.
I can't.
So, all right, Lakers versus the Bucks. They won by 1 point.
Yo,
123 to 122. That's crazy.
Yo, that was crazy. D'Angelo Russell went Ray Allen on him. Went Steph Curry on him, I should say. I'm more like Ray Allen. He would not miss. He hit like 8 or 9 threes. Bron didn't play, so he said he got to step up, make it do what it do. Anthony Davis was there. And again, Anthony Davis was there, but he didn't. He was just there. I mean, at this point, he was there. But yeah, D'Angelo Russell did what he made it do what it do. He pulled through. It came down to the last play. Thought it was gonna be Dame time. I was looking at my watch. I said, it's Dame time. Bucks got the ball last. They gave the ball to Dame, and I think it was Dinwiddie or somebody on the Lakers blocked the shot. Made them lose control of the ball, whatever. And they lost, and the Lakers won. It came down to the ending, man. That was a great game.
Nice. Yes. Tennessee versus South Carolina.
Another one. And another one.
Girls team.
Yeah, it's just women's college basketball. Tennessee, I think they're number 3 or 5. I think they're number 5, and they're going up against South Carolina. And, of course, Tennessee is the underdog. But going down the stretch, it looked like Tennessee was going to win. They were up by like 2 or 3 points. I think like 2 points, something like that. The young lady for Tennessee missed the free throw. I think she missed 2. And they were only up by 2. South Carolina got the ball, got fouled, and they had to inbounds it from half court. They left, I think it was the center who hit the shot. She was either power forward or center. 1.1 second left, pulled from 3, banked it in, game over.
Nice.
South Carolina pulls through again. Shout out to the South Carolina girls. Tennessee put up a great fight, but it just wasn't enough. I know the coach, she looked heartbroken and hurt because they just left the girl at the 3-point line by herself because that's disrespectful in the first place. When you do that, you like, they can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? You leave somebody because you feel like, they ain't going to make it, they can't shoot. They left her, but they won't ever do it again.
And we want to have a speedy recovery to Poa from LSU.
Yeah,
she
man.
hurt herself.
Yeah, definitely. Speedy recovery out the Poa. She a hooper for sure. They won a championship last year. They was in a game the other night, and she fell, or she came down on her head. Her head hit the back of her head hit the hardwood really hard, and she slammed her head back down on the ground under the hoop. And took a little while. They tried to get her up. They tried to help her walk off the court. She just couldn't do it. They had to take her off on the stretcher and take her out of the game immediately, take her out of the facility. So prayers out to her and her teammates and everybody. But LSU still pulled through. I think they won the game. I forget by how much. But, yeah, it was a scary moment for sure because she's a vital part of that team off the bench.
Yeah. Get better.
Yes, sir.
All right, the city was on fire here in Atlanta. We had Atlanta United versus New England, and Atlanta United won 4-1.
Yes, sir, man. I'm Atlanta. If you in an ATL, if you in the A, if you never been to an Atlanta United game, you better get there, man.
Yeah. A lot of stars was out there.
Yeah, they be on point. I prefer going to an Atlanta United game over a Falcon game, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
They be right.
The whole city would agree.
They be right.
Right. But, shout out to them for making the city look good.
Yes, sir.
All right, ready for a fun topic?
Yep.
All right, this one's different today, man.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to talk about sitcoms. Black sitcoms.
Okay.
So there's a post online, right, and it was saying that Jamie Foxx show was the best black sitcom ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Said it was better than Me, My Wife, and Kids, Bernie Mac show, Martin, everything. Fresh Prince, all that.
Once again, you're smoking the same Stephen A. Smith
and the Twisted poster.
The Twisted poster, for sure. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I mean, before we even like go into that, Jamie Foxx show was very funny.
It was
Him, Braxton, the granddad.
Yeah,
they were like a really good trio. So it's up there as a great show.
bro.
Maybe even like the top 10.
You know, one, it is. But you know, one that I kind of put at the exact same level.
What?
The Wayans show.
Oh yeah, I actually like the Wayans brothers more.
Man, Pops.
Mm-hmm.
Pops and the Wayans, bro. Like I to me, like they're like right there. Like if one is at like 40%, the other one is at like 45, 50% to me. So
yeah, I get that. Now, if we're talking about like best black sitcoms, for me personally, it's just a personal bias. It doesn't mean it's the greatest one. For me, it's Fresh Prince.
Okay.
But if I'm going off of the best all-around black sitcom, I would say it's probably Everybody Hates Chris. Just because of the writing, the cast, and just it came out at the right time. That was like it was like they took a page out of my life with that. You had a black kid going to like an all-white school. Like it was so relatable.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of them are very relatable. But this is the thing. Okay, now here we go. Here's how we get spicy over here. Do we need to split these up into eras? Meaning, you had the era of Fresh Prince, Martin, and let's say, I don't know, I don't want to say the Cosby Show, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like those 90s.
Like Different World,
Cosby Show. You got the 90s ones versus Everybody Hates Chris, Wayne Show, and Jamie Foxx in the 2000s. I think, right?
No, Jamie Foxx came out a little bit earlier.
Okay, so it was like late 90s? Late 90s?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was like right there around the time Steve Harvey's show started. It was like into like late 90s into the 2000s.
Okay. Well,
that's why I say they're so close together.
Yeah. Like they all kind of ran into each other. It was like
the only one that started super late was Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah. Because I love Everybody Hates Chris. I feel like it was the perfect blend of it all. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the cast, like Terry Crews, the dad, like everybody was so relatable.
Tashina Arnold, the mom.
Yeah, everything was so relatable. For me, I feel like this. I feel like I related the most to Martin. I related the most to Martin and Fresh Prince. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you why. I related to Martin because the jokes and the humor in it, like there's people that I've seen that reminded me of it where I'm from, right? I related to Fresh Prince because those was the aspirations of where I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? Aspirations where I wanted to go at in the quality of life.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I related to both of those two the most. Now, overall, I think best content-wise, I can't disagree with you on Everybody Hates Chris because I feel like even though my era was more Fresh Prince and Martin, Everybody Hates Chris content was, you ever like was somewhere in a situation and you think about something in your head and it'd be funny as hell, but you actually see it happen. Like when she was like, I'll smack you into another family. Like everybody thought about that before, like, dang, like how would that look? They showed you. That's what I appreciate about Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah. The only thing I disagree with you on, bro, and I'm gonna say something super unpopular right now. I didn't think Martin was funny.
Oh no. Not Shanae.
Nah.
Not Jerome.
Nah.
Not Jerome. Rome.
The show, it was just
Ooh.
it was a little too Negro-ish for me, bro. Like it had
snap.
Of course it had its good moments. You know, like some of the cameos, like they had Biggie in it, all that type of stuff. All the rappers from the 90s was on that show. But overall, I just didn't really find it all that funny.
Yeah, it was, to me, it was the funny was there. I think it wasn't as well rounded as some of the other shows maybe.
But let me put some respect on Martin Lawrence's name because I really loved his movies. I loved Bad Boy. I loved Blue Streak. And one of my favorite ones, What's the Worst That Can Happen? That's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah,
so he's saying he loves your movies, but he hated Martin.
Hate is a strong word. I just said I didn't find it as funny as some of the other sitcoms.
Okay. Did you ever watch a show called Saved by the Bell?
Yeah.
Where do you put? Do you put it over Saved by the Bell? You don't put it over Saved by the Bell.
I'll say if Saved by the Bell is 40%, Martin's like 42.
Dang, Deion Sanders voice. Dang.
I just wasn't into it, man.
No, I mean I respect that. Some shows. See, it took me a while to watch the Bernie Mac show. I didn't know it was that good. Like I saw it, like a clip of it before, and I was just like, "Oh, this is this weird looking boy on there," and you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get it.
And
You're
then
right,
once I started watching, I was like, "Yo, this is actually pretty funny." Like,
I think I gave it a chance because of Bernie Mac.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Like the show, it didn't look appealing.
Yeah,
but once you start watching it, and you got the humor, and like, okay,
yeah.
You're in.
If he wasn't on there, I wouldn't have watched it.
Nah, not at all. I don't think we would remember it, bro.
Nah, not at all.
We would remember it like cuts. But shout out to Marcus Houston. He was on the great sitcom with Tia and Tamara. So.
Hey, we can't forget about Sister.
Yeah.
We can't forget about Sister because Sister was good.
That was a good one, really good. Parenthood was good.
Parenthood was good.
I mean, we're going to go down this list. There's actually a lot of black shows. Family Matters.
Family Matters was classic. In the House.
Mm-hmm.
In the House was classic.
That was the one with LL, right?
LL Cool J.
Yeah. I love that one a lot. That's in the top 10 too.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yo, you know what's so wild about that? Until Kat said it about that in the Steve Harvey show, I did not notice.
What he did?
He like completely destroyed
the
nostalgia of the Steve Harvey show.
He swagger jacked the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Steve Harvey show was like, it was nostalgic. But then when he said that and you think about it, it's like, dang, he wore suits. He, you know what I'm saying? He had the same haircut. He had the same haircut. Like I think everything.
Like Mr. Cooper was like a gym coach, and then
he was a music teacher.
Yeah.
So
I was like, oh my gosh, dude, you stole his whole routine.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah. It was
because he would have been up there if that didn't happen.
Yep, for sure. Didn't Sinbad have a show or something?
I think wasn't he just usually cameoed on?
Maybe he was
a different world.
Yeah, different world. Yeah, he was on Different World.
That was another good one.
Yeah,
I don't know where it falls though, but it was really good.
Next time we're going to talk about comedians. List of comedians where they all fall at, like, because we had so many comedians that were on good shows. I feel like there's one.
I think we had the best era of it from the 90s into the early 2000s. I'm so glad I got to see that. Because like TV today is just, I don't even know what like sitcoms look like that. When I see it today, it looks real corny. Yeah,
for sure. It's way watered down. Even had the D.L. Hughley show. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and they canceled it like the Wings because it was racist.
Yep. Yeah, it was a lot of shows out there. If you put it in the comments. What do y'all think? What was the top 5 sitcoms?
Black sitcoms.
Actually, you know what? Just all the way around. Because you got Saved by the Bell. What else we had?
That wasn't a top 5.
But it's on somebody's list.
I'm sure it is.
Boy Meets World.
Because they're going to put Friends on the list.
Friends?
That's the case.
They're going to say Friends.
I only seen like 2 episodes of Friends. And I was like, this is Living Single. The white version.
We ain't named Living Single.
Yeah.
Living Single was good, yo. Living Single. You had If we gonna mix it up, right? And I'm gonna say some ones that are not primarily black ones. So you got Friends, you got Boy Meets World, you got Saved by the Bell, you got
what was that one? Boy Meets World. You said that, right? Mm-hmm. What was the other one that it was like a TGIF? I forgot the name of it though. It was on that.
You got Party of Five. You ever heard that? Party of Five was good.
I feel like we're missing like some really big shows.
Now, if we want to really go, this was way
Step by Step.
Yeah.
Yeah. That wasn't black, but that was a really good one.
I mean, this is just TV shows. I was about to say Desperate Housewives, but
I mean, when Eva was on it.
When Eva was on it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that was up there.
It was.
But then we're going to go down the rabbit hole now because then they're going to be like Grey's Anatomy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go forever.
Well, those weren't sitcoms.
Yeah, those are TV shows. But yeah. You know what? Another one we left off the list. The Parkers.
The Parkers.
The
Parkers was a safe show. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it was watchable. It had good lessons.
Yeah. And they got, I think they did 100 shows.
And Moesha.
Moesha.
Yeah, that was
we
really
forgot
good.
about Moesha.
That's another one in the top 10.
That we forgot about Moesha. How we forget about Moesha?
And okay, Smart Guy. That's
Smart
another
Guy.
one. To me, that's in the top 10 somewhere.
Because we said sister, right?
Mm.
Yeah, Smart Guy. So it's a lot of them up there, man. We forget.
We had some really great shows, man. And they took them all off TV.
You will never see anything like this again.
That's wild.
Hey.
That's wild.
That's So Raven. Was that a... Nah, it wasn't a sitcom, though.
It kind of was.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's like 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
That, Lizzie McGuire. They were cool.
Famous Jet Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Famous Jet Jackson. What y'all know about that?
Man, I feel like my top 10's like getting full. But screw everybody.
Oh, man.
He's in the top 10, too.
Yeah,
Him,
man.
His friend JT. I forgot the girl's name on it.
Lil Romeo even had a show back then.
Yeah.
Lil Romeo show.
That was cool.
Cousin Skeeter.
That was a good one.
Man, that name couldn't fly these days.
Nah, immediately canceled.
Immediately canceled.
But that's where we all met. What's her name? Megan Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is. Because she was a kid. She was like, what, 12, 13, something like
Yeah,
that?
she was young.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. But yeah, let us know. Put it in the comments. What's y'all top 5, top 10 sitcoms? Put them in there. Let us know. We going to talk about it next time.
All right, guys. If you made it to the end of the show, we want to thank you. You want to see more vlogs, more music critiques, check out my channel. You want to hear more music and more vlogs, check out Slyce's channel, Canary Valens.
Slyce.
Peace.
Choo.